Welcome to True North Tales. Get ready for a wild ride through the wacky world of Canadian law. From coast to coast, Canada is a land of stunning landscapes, friendly faces, and some truly bizarre laws. Yes, you heard that right. Believe it or not, there are rules and regulations in place that will make you shake your head in disbelief and wonder who came up with this. Get ready to discover the strange, the hilarious, and the downright unbelievable. We'll explore the origins of these odd laws, uncovering the stories behind them. Some are rooted in history, while others are surprisingly modern. You'll be left speechless, I promise. So buckle up, eh? It's going to be a fun ride. Picture this. You're driving down a quiet Canadian road, enjoying the scenery, when suddenly, bam, a moose steps out in front of your car. It's a scenario straight out of a Canadian comedy, but it's a real concern in many parts of the country. Moose are majestic creatures, but they can also be unpredictable and dangerous, especially when startled or threatened. To prevent moose-related accidents, some Canadian towns have enacted some truly unique laws. One such law prohibits teasing moose. Yes, you read that right. At a time, Chinese, illegal to taunt, annoy, or otherwise bother these gentle giants. Who would even think of doing that? Well, apparently it was a big enough problem that they had to make a law about it. I guess some people just can't resist poking the moose. But wait, there's more. Another peculiar law forbids anyone from letting a moose drink anything other than water. That means no beer, no soda, no juice. Just plain old H2O for these thirsty ungulates. The reason? Giving moose sugary or alcoholic beverages can make them sick, disoriented, and even aggressive. So next time you see a moose, stick to waving hello from a safe distance and keep your sugary drinks to yourself. Canadians are known for their politeness. We apologize for everything. But did you know that in some parts of Canada, even our feathered friends are expected to mind their manners? That's right, folks. In certain provinces, it's illegal to teach your parrot to swear. Teaching Polly to say, gosh, darn it, might be pushing it. The reasoning behind this quirky law is to prevent public nuisance and maintain a peaceful environment. Imagine walking down the street only to be bombarded with a string of profanities from a foul-mouthed parrot. Not exactly the Canadian experience we're known for. So, if you're a bird enthusiast living in one of these provinces, you might want to stick to teaching your parrot some G-rated phrases. But don't worry. This law doesn't apply to all parrots. There are plenty of Canadian parrots out there who can curse up a storm without facing any legal repercussions. It all depends on where you live and the local bylaws in place. So, if you're ever in doubt, it's best to err on the side of caution and keep your parrot's vocabulary clean. After all, we Canadians are all about being polite, eh? This one is a doozy. You've probably heard the rumor. In Canada, it's legal to ride baby seals like sleds. This outlandish claim has been circulating for years, often accompanied by photoshopped images of people gleefully sliding down snowy hills on the backs of adorable seal pups. But before you pack your bags and book a flight to Canada for some seal sledding adventures, let's set the record straight. This is a complete myth. The truth is, harming or harassing marine mammals, including seals, is strictly prohibited in Canada. We have strict laws in place to protect these animals, and anyone caught engaging in such cruel activities would face serious consequences. The myth likely originated as a joke or misunderstanding. But it's important to remember that animal welfare is taken very seriously in Canada. So, rest assured, no baby seals are being used as sleds in Canada. Our furry friends are safe and sound, and we can all breathe a sigh of relief. But hey, if you're looking for a unique winter activity, there are plenty of other options available in Canada, from ice skating to snowshoeing to dog sledding. Just leave the seals out of it, okay? Section 5. Cows on the road? Not in this town. Movie over city slickers. In some rural Canadian towns, cows rule the roads. Well, not literally, but there are some interesting laws in place regarding our bovine friends. For example, in certain areas, it's illegal to let your cow wander onto the highway. It's not exactly a common sight to see cows cruising down the Trans-Canada Highway, but apparently it happens enough to warrant a law. These regulations are in place to ensure the safety of both drivers and livestock. Imagine rounding a bend and coming face to face with a herd of cows blocking the road. It wouldn't be a pretty sight, and it could lead to serious accidents. So, if you're a farmer in one of these towns, make sure your cows are securely fenced in and not out on a joyride. But it's not just about safety. These laws also aim to protect the cows themselves. Wandering cows can get lost, injured, or even stolen. So, keeping them off the roads is in their best interest as well. It's all about being responsible and ensuring the well-being of both humans and animals. Unless you're in Dawson City. Hold on to your heads, folks, because this one is a real head-scratcher. In Dawson City, Yukon, a town steeped in gold rush history, there's a peculiar law that allows you to walk around in public without pants, as long as you're wearing a shirt. Yes, you read that right. It's perfectly legal to strut your stuff in your birthday suit, as long as you're not completely naked. This unusual law is a remnant of the gold rush era, when prospectors would often strip down to their skivvies after a long day of work. Back then, Dawson City was a wild and woolly place, and clothing was optional. Today, the law remains on the books, although it's rarely enforced. But hey, if you're feeling adventurous and want to experience a true taste of Gold Rush history, feel free to ditch your trousers in Dawson City. Just remember, while you might not get arrested for going pantsless, you might get some strange looks from the locals. And let's be honest, it's probably not the most comfortable way to explore the town, especially in the dead of winter. So use your best judgment and maybe pack a pair of pants just in case. Ever wonder how much change you can legally pay with? Well, in Canada, there's a law that limits the amount of change you can use in a single transaction. According to the Currency Act, you can't pay for something with more than 50 cents in pennies. That means no dumping a bucket of pennies on the counter to pay for your groceries. This law was put in place to prevent businesses from being bogged down with excessive amounts of small change. Counting hundreds of pennies can be time-consuming and inconvenient. And it's not exactly the most efficient way to conduct business. So, if you're planning on making a large purchase with your penny collection, you might want to head to the bank first and exchange them for some bills. But don't worry, this law doesn't mean pennies are worthless. You can still use them for smaller purchases or to add up to the exact amount. Just be mindful of the 50-cent limit and don't try to pull a fast one on your local cashier. Forget no trespassing signs. In Canada, we do things a little differently. In some provinces, Purple paint serves as a unique and colorful way to deter unwanted visitors. That's right, folks. If you see purple paint markings on trees or fence posts, it's a clear sign that you're entering private property and you'd better turn back. This unusual method of marking property lines is a practical and cost-effective alternative to traditional signs, which can be expensive and prone to vandalism. Purple paint is highly visible and long-lasting, sending a clear message to potential trespassers. Plus, it adds a touch of whimsy to the landscape. So, if you're out exploring the Canadian wilderness and come across some purple paint, consider it a friendly warning. Respect private property and stick to designated trails and public areas. And if you're a landowner looking for a unique way to protect your property, maybe consider investing in a can of purple paint. It's the Canadian way. From moose teasing prohibitions to pants optional policies, Canada's legal landscape is a treasure trove of quirky and unbelievable laws. We've journeyed through the annals of Canadian law, uncovering the stories behind these odd regulations, debunking myths, and celebrating the unique character of our nation. These laws may seem strange, but they offer a glimpse into our history, our values, and our sense of humor. So, the next time you hear someone say, "That's a real law," about some outlandish Canadian regulation, don't be so quick to dismiss it. There's a good chance it's true. Oh, Canada, you never cease to amaze us with your quirky ways. And who knows, maybe these laws will inspire you to visit Canada and experience the weird and wonderful for yourself. Just remember to pack a pair of pants, avoid teasing the moose, and watch out for that purple paint. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Your likes not only show your support, but also help others discover our channel and join in on the excitement. Your likes is my motivation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode from True North Tales.